A podcast full of mayhem awaits with today's Jimmy Nath Show with Emma. And it's mayhem at Chemist Warehouse. Stock up and save now with the Chemist Warehouse half-price cosmetic sale.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. Wednesday's pod. Hope you're having a great old time, because I'm having a great time today. You guys having a good day?
Yes.
What's especially fun for you today, mate?
Just being with my friends.
No, you dressed up. We dressed up for some video stuff. We dressed up as judges. We went to a court.
Yeah.
Well, Em dressed up as a
Herself.
Juror.
juror. But I don't understand why a suit is... You're in a suit.
They wear suits as
Yeah.
a jury. You can't just rock up in bloody flip-flops.
Mum didn't.
Yeah,
Mum wore a lovely floral dress.
Okay, well, I bet you she wore a cardigan over it, though. It's a little bit more
she
respectable.
would have had a cardi.
I don't remember off them. I wasn't there.
Your mum loves a cardi and a party.
She wasn't wearing a dress either, was she?
She was wearing a dress.
Okay.
3 things your mum loves is a
Gundawindi local courts, mate. I don't think there's a... She went in barefoot.
Yeah. The local court in Gundawindi is also the butcher. So she picked up a tomahawk afterwards. All right, guys, enjoy the podcast. There's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, we're going to
Probably.
get out of here. Bye.
See ya, bye.
See ya.
Now, Jim M, something that we've been talking about is the fact that we've got a big announcement on the show. And that announcement is about to happen because a simple fight or an explosive fight between you, your partner, you and your neighbour, your mother-in-law, your best friend, your co-worker, your boss, a simple Barney, a simple tiff, an argument could land you a share of... Well, actually, I won't tell you. Let this person do it.
All over Sydney. Petty arguments are solved
And he goes, oh, let's do it on the chair. Yeah, where it doesn't belong.
in the only courtroom that is willing to hear them.
I'm a good kid. I'm lost in translation.
Jimmy, Nath, and Emma's Couple Courtroom.
All rise for the Honourable Judge Jim, Judge Nath, and our beautiful jury member, Em.
And now, those explosive tiffs could win you a lot of cash. Does a share in $50,000 sound good to you? Whether it's with your partner,
He breaks the pasta in half.
your housemate,
She turns the lights off, she turns the TV off.
your bestie,
If you're going to get in the car and you're not driving, shut your mouth.
or that oh-so-annoying mother-in-law. Nothing is too petty for this court.
Just give me money.
Register now at todayfm.com.au and you could argue your way into a share of $50K. It's Jimmy, Nath, and Emma's
That's right, court is now officially in session.
$50K Couple Courtroom.
Oh, court is officially in session, guys. Jimmy, Nath, and Emma's $50,000 couple courtroom. A fight, a tiff, a Barney you're having with somebody in your life. You register it at todayfm.com.au and you sit in on the couple courtroom with this very show and you could score yourself, Jim, a share of $50,000.
Huge, just for having an argument.
Just for having a Barney.
And the thing is, everyone's fighting about something all the time with someone. Why not make some cash out of it?
Yes.
It can be tiny and silly, or it could be a little bit more explosive.
It could be explosive. A simple Barney could land you some big bucks. Argue your way.
Oh, Barney Bucks.
Barney bucks.
You've heard of Alpha Bucks. Well, now it's Barney Bucks.
Argue your way into a share of $50K. So you heard a few examples there. If you've heard how the couple courtroom works, of course, you register todayfm.com.au. You register the argument and the person you're having it with. You then join us on the air and a jury of your peers, a jury of Sydney, along with our jury member, Em,
Obviously.
Em's
Get-
also from Sydney.
get to decide your fate and whether or not you could score a shot at a share of $50,000. That's how this works, guys. Doesn't matter how big it is. Em, you said there could be explosive arguments.
Yep.
There could be small little ones that just keep coming up. It doesn't matter. Todayfm.com.au, Jim.
Yeah, 50K.
50,000.
50,000 buckaroonies.
Barney Bucks.
50,000. This is the cash court, guys. That's
It
what this
is.
is.
Yeah.
It's a court of cash.
And no one does the quarter cash like we do.
No one does the court of cash.
If I'm listening right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, so you're driving
today,
along.
104. Yeah, I'm driving.
Driving along.
Why are we always driving a big yellow bus, by the way, when we're driving
Well,
our cars?
that's how I get in every
Drive
day.
along. Put that window up. I wish I could call up. How do I get involved in this, Nathan?
Today FM, thank you for using my official judge name. Todayfm.com.au is where you go. That's
gotta
where you
register?
register. From now. It is up now. It is up now. You go there now. You register a share in $50,000. Whatever you fight, whoever it's with, get there now because that cash money, baby, could be all yours in the court of cash.
Nath, I'm sorry to do this to you. Who am I kidding? No, I'm not. We're doing this. I love a hack. Nath thinks they're very unimpressive.
They have to be really good to impress me.
That's not a hack. It's just bull.
I'm the hack hater, so I'm sorry that I just want to warn you that there's a very high bar for me.
Can you impress the hack hater? I will slap you, silly young man.
Now, look, before we get into some hacks, I've got one, Emma's got one. 13, 10, 60 is the numbers. We need some from you. Everyone, 99.999999999% of people love hacks. That 0.0000001% is Nath.
Yeah.
And you said you've got hacks ready, alleged hacks.
Okay,
Now,
now,
they're not hacks unless I approve them.
before we get to our stuff, I do have to have a replay of last week because we were very close, and I've got a little update for you as well. So let's have a listen to last week's hack that nearly got Nath across the line.
When you are shopping online, you go to whatever company that you want to buy your product through. You enter the name of the product, discount code, and a whole bunch of discount codes just spin out. So then you enter the discount code to that purchase that you want to buy something online, and it just gives you that discount.
I need you to be completely honest with me, right? 100% honest. Has there ever been a situation where it hasn't worked?
Yeah, there's been a situation that hasn't worked, but
That's the thing, not fail-safe, mate. Not fail-safe.
I will say, though, I have been using it over the past week.
Have you?
Okay, well, that's good.
I do love ChatGPT. There are some allegations I use it for goodbye cards and things like that.
That's just fact.
Just allegations, mate.
There are some allegations, but it's true and it's good.
Okay.
Because what I didn't realise, because I used to Google back in the days, like if I got a Domino's pizza, I
Yeah.
just Googled Domino's pizza discount code,
Yeah.
and at 10% I may jump up. What ChatGPT can do is it can jump into the code in the back end. So you know when you go to a website, so you got to be a member or you got to log in.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to do that because it can see the source code of a website. I don't want to get too boring, but it can get the deals for like members. So if you have to pay for a subscription,
It'll figure
you get
all that
the-
stuff
It
out.
can get
I
behind that
wasn't
wall.
denying that it was a good thing, but then the issue was that she said sometimes it doesn't work. And in my mind, a hack needs to work every time.
I will say it does always work. The issue is when they create some discount codes, some of them are limited to 100 people.
Okay.
So
and maybe
when-
100 people have already used it.
Yes.
Which
So
means it doesn't work,
No,
therefore
it
not a
always
hack.
does work. It just may you've run out.
Which means it doesn't work.
No, but that's on you for not getting to ChatGPT fast enough. It's
That's
not the
true.
hack itself.
That's an issue.
It's you. That's an
Issue.
issue.
Sounds like not a hack to me.
All right, well, Em, do you want to kick things off? 'Cause
Yes.
You've got a great hack this week.
Oh, I love this hack. Who doesn't love a barbecue chook?
I do love barbecue. I bought one yesterday.
So good. And it makes
Oh,
your
you
cars
bought
I
one.
literally bought a barbecue chook
Wouldn't
yesterday.
it be great if you could get one for free, Nate?
freezies.
Free barbecue chook.
Are you ready
Steely.
for this one? So if you go to your local Coles
Okay.
and there are no barbecue chooks left, go to the deli and say, hey, have you got any chooks out the back? Because you don't have any in the bain-marie or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? If they don't, they will give you a coupon for a free chicken when you come in next. They have a policy that they need to have at least one in stock, whether it's front of house or back of house.
This is not true. Because
is.
over the weekend, I was at Coles and
Yeah.
they didn't have any hot chooks.
Okay.
You know this. I told you this. I went to the deli and said, do you have any hot chooks?
Yeah.
And they said, oh, give me about 10, 15 minutes. I walked around for 10, 15 minutes, came back, they gave me a hot chook, 0 coupon.
Well, that person needs to be fired because they have a policy to have at least one in stock until 8 p.m. And if there's nothing out the back, they should have given
I
you
don't
a
care
coupon.
what the policy is. I've enacted this in reality, not a hack.
But if you know about the coupon, then you can be like, well, I need a coupon.
But then I'm standing there arguing with the deli person where
So,
I could
it's
already
policy.
be driving home.
I
don't
know
have
it's store
time.
policy. You were already
I don't have
there.
time to argue.
It's a hack, and
not
I
a-
love it.
Well, I'm glad you love it, but it's not a hack.
Yeah, it seems like there's a loophole in the system there because it's like they have one in the oven.
Yeah.
So they just made... Nath didn't get his free coupon because they made him walk around for 10, 15
Yeah, exactly.
minutes.
I walked around for 10, 15, went back, got my chook.
All right, 13
Not a
60. Give us a call with your hack. See if you can get one over the hack.
Alleged
radar.
hacks. Kyle, what's your alleged hack?
A couple of maybe a month ago, there was a lady who rang up who was boiling potatoes, and she said, put a spoon on there and it'll stop it overflowing.
Yes.
My one, you turned around and said, that's not a hack, it's a cover.
Yep.
My one is, if you get hold of canola spray and you spray that on the top, it doesn't overflow because it breaks down the starch.
So you sprayed the canola spray over the boiling water.
Just not even a second's worth of spray. Just
A little
quick
bit.
spray on the top, and it stops it altogether. It breaks down the starch.
I reckon the time that the pot overflows is always when it's potatoes.
Yeah.
If you're making mash, it's always, why? You got this look on your face.
Well, I'm just thinking, if you guys are having so many overflow issues, don't put as much water in.
You need it
know what
because
I mean?
you've got heaps of potatoes in there. You
So you're
can't
saying
boil it.
bigger pot.
Bigger pot or less
They
potatoes?
boil dry otherwise if you don't put as much water in.
Exactly.
True, yeah.
Well, but less potato, bigger pot then. Bigger pot.
Okay, so
Hey, in the
Kyle.
family, you don't have a choice.
You know, you're right, yeah.
Well, you got a choice to buy a bigger pot. You know what I mean?
I don't think he likes it, Kyle. I'm so sorry.
Not a hack, Kyle. He's laughing.
Jeez, I think that's a great hack.
I do.
Because I'm always
too.
boiling potatoes and they go,
Yeah,
goes everywhere, and then I think you get that.
Yeah, and then you're in the other end of the house.
And
You're
you
like,
go,
shit.
oh, shit, you're running and you.
I don't know what you guys are doing with your boiled potatoes, but this never happens to
Well,
me.
your wife's in there cooking while your feet are up on the couch.
Exactly.
big
That's
fella.
why it never happens to me.
Meg's listening right now going, this is a great hack.
I think I'm about to get another message from her. Kyle from the Kylie.
Okay, so my hack is if you have a bottle of wine and you don't have a corkscrew, if you put a hair straightener that's been on, so a hot hair straightener on the top of the bottle of wine, the cork will pop out.
Oh, how long do you have to hold the tongs on there for?
Only for a few seconds, and the heat that is generated on the glass where the cork is will push the cork out of the top of the bottle.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to plug
There are
in.
TikToks apparently. This
Okay,
works.
so you have
It does work. My partner's used it before.
So you need the hair. It's a hair straightener.
Hair straightener,
Yeah.
you plug it in,
So
turn
you-
it on, slap it on
Yeah.
the top of the bottle, then because
On the
heat,
side of the bottle,
yeah, I'm
and
helping
then
you
the
out here,
heat
Kylie. That's
generates.
fine, I've got you. So Kylie, the heat, Nath, it expands the glass, and because the glass is expanding, it's putting pressure on the cork, and the cork goes.
Right. Okay.
Does it wreck the wine? Would be my only question.
It depends on the type of bottle because. Oh, sorry, no. You go,
Sorry, Kylie. So Kylie, it doesn't wreck the wine. 100%.
No, it doesn't make the wine. It still tastes just as good.
Okay. I mean, if you think about it, you're going to have to use a corkscrew to open it anyway. You're just using a different thing to open
Oh
the wine
no,
bottle.
you just undid it.
How? Did I undo it?
Because you just use a corkscrew.
She's saying if you don't have a
This is-
corkscrew. Did you listen
Who doesn't
to the
have
beginning
a
of what Kylie told you?
Who doesn't have a cork? I'll be honest, I was bored by it. Who doesn't have a corkscrew and has a hair straightener
No
instead?
one has. Okay, every girl has a hair straightener.
And
Not
every girl should have
has
a corkscrew.
Not every girl has a bottle
You're all
opener as
insane
well.
by a corkscrew, not a hack.
Oh, shut up.
You're getting fiery today.
I'm enjoying it.
Mum and Dad are fighting.
Yeah, I love it.
Emma,
the
buy a corkscrew, guys. Just it's a very
Cheaper
simple
than a
thing.
hair straightener,
It is
isn't it?
way cheaper than. Thank you, James.
Excuse me, we would have had a hair straightener anyway. Do you
Why
understand? It's
have
like a double
corkscrew
use.
anyway?
But also
You
the hair
don't-
straightener's in the bathroom. You got to walk in the bathroom, then you got to turn it on.
Oh my God!
Can
There's
I
so
tell
much
you why?
admin.
Can
I've
I
got so
tell you
many-
why we don't have
No,
corkscrews?
I'm not done yet.
Because
There are so many
neither am
appliances.
I.
There are so many appliances plugged into the kitchen. You have to plug one out. You have to find a new bloody
What?
socket for it.
A new hole.
to plug
You
it
don't
in.
need to create one.
Or do you take the wine to the? Oh my God! Take it all the way to the bathroom.
Yeah.
My bathroom's tiny.
He
Jesus.
doesn't understand.
Wasted
And
everybody's
very
time.
It's actually a great hack. When I did it, I was like, this is crazy. You just go,
See?
Yeah, great.
Great hack.
And guess what? I had a corkscrew and I was drinking 50 minutes before you.
Trending now with Emma Chow.
Kelly Clarkson has revealed that she had a fight with her HR on the show about losing weight. So she was a bigger girl for a while and then she lost the weight. Apparently complimenting someone on their body transformation within her workplace might make people feel bad that they looked bad before. And she was like, they say you're not allowed to say someone looks attractive, and I say, F that, because we're out here working and we're trying, and I want every mofo that passes me to go, damn, well done.
Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Put the work in. I mean, you can't get up somebody for giving you a compliment.
Yeah, I feel like you're doing it for you, but also you want other people to notice, don't
Yes. I'm one of the great hype girls.
you?
Yeah, but I think if you're in that workplace and it's a small environment and you know that she's, going to the gym and dieting and doing some stuff and making a conscious choice to be healthier, I think, yes, then you're like, yeah, well, you look great. But then I'm like, if you're a random person, and because I still think there's a thing in society where we assume that the skinnier you are, the healthier you are.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think like when people comment and
Yeah.
go, like, how great do they look or whatever, it's like, well, maybe they're not doing well if you're losing
Yeah,
weight.
true.
True.
You could be commenting on the fact that their appearance has changed for negative reasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like, you look great.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm going through a cancer treatment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
So I think it's
yeah.
like, if you know what the person's doing, then yes, I think that's fair to
Yeah,
compliment
and
them.
especially if they, as you just said, Em, if Kelly Clarkson's come out and said that she's put a lot of work in to look like
Yeah.
that, compliment me.
Yes.
Compliment me, which I
Yeah.
get, totally. Yeah.
And finally, I never thought I'd say this, but Tom Cruise is a zaddy, guys. Have you seen this man's bod for Mission Impossible?
He's always a good
You were
looking
showing me yesterday. I was
He
standing
is-
at your computer for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're like, like he's 62, but have a listen to how he stays in shape.
You know, I look at a body kind of like a car. I work 7 days a week. For me, it's like brushing my teeth. I have to take care of it. We're all like, oh my God, do I really like that minute? It takes a minute to do it, but that's how I have to. That's how I have to train my body or whatever it takes.
I find it so impressive when at that age they can remain that ripped. Like you showed me a picture of Ray Fiennes the other day.
Yeah, he's
Voldemort.
he's older.
He's closing in on 70?
He might be 70 already, yeah, around
Shredded
there.
at 70. Like,
Voldemort is so shredded.
mate, I'm purposely going to be so sloppy and gross.
I just think,
Next
but also,
year.
like, there's a lot of work that goes. 62. Okay,
62.
maybe.
Okay, well, they're the same age.
Really?
No.
Ray Fiennes, yeah, and Tom Cruise, yeah.
Ray
No.
Fiennes and Tom Cruise are the same. That is wild.
Yeah.
to
Ray
me.
Fiennes in that conclave looks about 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
Tom
he's
Cruise
supposed to
in-
look like a gross old.
gross. No one said gross.
Jesus, what did we just say?
Just old. Guys, have you ever watched Botched?
I watch. It's been on a few times. My wife used to watch it.
No, I never saw it.
Yeah.
Is it still on?
Yeah, it's still around. I don't take you as someone who probably would sit down and watch
My
Botched.
juice.
I think my sister used to
Let me
love
pop
it
a
too.
bottle of Pinot and watch the botch.
Do you know why? It's because like you're watching a train wreck. Like you
Yeah.
can just see, oh my God, they got it so screwed up. Do you want to hear about a real life botch?
Yeah, what happened?
Okay, so this Aussie mum says that she's traumatized after she got a skin needling session done. She paid $160 for the skin needling session.
Okay.
Just so you know, skin needling is like it's to help collagen production. So they traumatize your skin just a little bit to make it stronger and better.
I've
and glowier.
I've had that done before.
Have
I've had
you?
before my wedding. My wife suggested I go and get it done.
Really?
I hated it. I
Okay.
hated it so
Yeah.
much.
So
it was
it
so
felt
uncomfortable.
yucky? Yeah.
You look worse.
It made me look worse.
Well, this
Look like the Elephant Man.
Ugg. Did you call him Ugg on his
Yeah,
wedding
it's
day?
horrid.
No,
Yeah.
he always. He's constantly
Oh,
ugly.
my wife walked down the
Hideous.
aisle and almost did 360.
Yeah.
I don't need these passes. I put them on
180,
so
mate.
it's
Actually, not
blurry.
360.
She
that
did a
many.
180.
She did a 180.
She's 360. He's like, ah.
She did a 90, threw herself into the crowd.
So she ended up with and in her words, like agony. So they sold her a cream to use prior to the treatment. So she used the cream, then she went and got the treatment and she's like, this hurts. 3 days after the skin needling, she was experiencing burning, redness on her face. Then they gave her steroid cream, ended up in hospital emergency multiple times. She said, I had pain through my eyeballs, which clearly she didn't get the skin needling there. My face was on fire and it didn't go away. She was then diagnosed with cellulitis, a serious bacterial skin infection caused by staph and strep bacteria.
Yeah. Yeah, that's full on. My dad's been in
so
hospital
bad.
for cellulitis before, but that's because he's a Sparky and used a Sparky's Band-Aid, which is just some electrical tape on a big cut. So, I mean, that probably lends itself to cellulitis, not this treatment.
Yeah, ew.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Do you ask for your money back? You got to.
Surely they give it back.
Bloody sue
Or
'em
maybe
or
you
something.
sign your rights away because you always sign a waiver before these
Guys,
treatments
that's
too.
be happy in the skin you're in. You know, and be happy in the skin you're in. Believe me.
No,
I've
you're
tried.
right.
Don't worry about beauty projects. I
Project.
Yeah, it feels like a project. That's why I've got a 5-in-1. You know what I mean? I've got conditioner, shampoo,
Body wash.
toothpaste,
Mouthwash.
mouthwash. Yeah, you just pour it on the top, open your mouth, let the whole thing drizzle down.
Yuck.
Unbelievable. Saves so much time. Never been in hospital for it. Hey, Anonymous is on the line. Hi, Anonymous.
How are you?
We're good. Anonymous, have you had some sort of beauty botch before?
So I am a real life botched victim myself.
Oh.
I had a breast surgery done in 2016.
I have to ask before you go on any further, what were your boobs before? What did you want to get them done to?
So I lost a lot of weight and I was advised by this plastic surgeon that I needed implants. Originally, I just wanted a lift.
Okay.
So I ended up leaving the surgery with one nipple the size of a 10-cent piece and the other a 50-cent piece.
Oh, it's a big
My
difference.
original nipple also was not even a 50-cent piece size, so I'm not sure where he went wrong with
so
that.
they extended the nipple.
He didn't like
I
your
think
nipples.
the pressure, the skin was so far over that the nipple like stretched.
Oh.
It was a horrific job, but it gets worse.
Okay.
The doctor then tried to correct the surgery by taking me into his office and performing like a surgery under local,
Yeah.
Oh no, so
where
you're
I
awake.
wasn't actually numbed properly.
You weren't
Oh my
numbed.
God.
So I wasn't like fully, not full. The pain was not, obviously I would not have been able to sit there if it was, I was partially numbed. And in
Yeah.
a lot of places I wasn't. And I was very young, and this doctor kept convincing me that it was me because I'd lost weight. And
He gaslit you.
yeah, it was actually horrendous. And I went back to the room to top it all off 3 times. I kept going back and letting him trying to correct it in his office.
Yeah.
And in the end, obviously I went and sought medical advice, and I actually took him to court.
Yeah, good.
And I had to get reconstruction, and whatever money I ended up getting from him, which was quite a significant amount, I actually had to go back to legal fees and all of the correction and stuff. So I didn't really end up any better off, and I've got horrific scars still to this day.
No, anonymous. How much money did you end up getting through the case, if you don't mind me
Over
asking?
200,000.
But you had to spend that
But
on.
my legal fees were 90, and then I had to get reconstruction, and then I had to take time off work, and then I had to buy garments. And honestly, I
God.
didn't end up. The advice you gave before, be happy in the skin that you're in. I should have just been happy with my weight loss and just accepted my body with, a little bit of a sag to my boobs. Nothing wrong with that.
Today's Jimmy and Nath Show with Emma are off to grab a bargain. And you can too with Chemist Warehouse. Stock up and save now with the Chemist Warehouse half-price cosmetic sale. Cool, bro.